Hi everyone, welcome to the DIY kitchen. I want to do something different again today and continue on from where we left off last week when we made a really simple bread recipe. So the next stage in bread making is using a Poolish. A Poolish? Well, what is that? Well, it's basically a pre-fermented yeast culture dough, right? Okay, so it's just a mixture of water, small amount of yeast and flour. That's it. It's derived from the word Polish, the country, as it is where pre-ferment originated. You basically mix it together the day before, leave it to ferment. This will save you time on the day to make the bread. Also, a Poolish creates more acidity, which helps strengthen the gluten structure. This helps the dough to rise upwards instead of sideways, and also makes the bread last longer and gives it that slight tangy flavor. Okay, making a Poolish. Grab a little bowl like this. I have 1 cup of lukewarm water. You're going to get technical about it. It's about between 75 and 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, in that I'm going to put a pinch of instant yeast. I mean, just a pinch. That's all we need. And then a cupful of flour. So equal amounts of water, equal amounts of flour. Put that in and give that a mix. It's always best to put the water in first, because then you don't get the flour stuck in the corners. Use a round bowl. Right, that's all we need. So what you do now, get some cling film. Put it over the top. Good. And what I like to do is I like to put it in the oven with just the light on. That's just going to be warm enough for it to ferment. What you want to do, make this the night before and just leave it overnight. Right, let me do that. Okay, next stage. This is one I made last night. As you can see, bubbles are going crazy. Beautifully fermented even. All right, so let's start making the bread. Okay, grab a bowl. First thing we want to do, 1 cup of lukewarm water again. Then we want to put in 2 grams of instant yeast. If you're using active dried yeast, just let it soak for about 5 minutes so it comes alive. Just give that a little whisk. And I want to put in 12 grams of salt. Okay. Then I want to put in the Poolish. All right, this is 350 grams. I just want 300. So I'm going to leave a little bit in. Okay, that should be good. All right, and then we want to do is mix it in with our fingers. We want to get it activated again. This culture's going to see the flour in a minute and start going crazy. And that will make the bread ferment again. Right, now what we want to do is grab a towel. I want to put in the flour. I'm going to do a combination of whole wheat flour and bread flour. So I'm going to do 75 grams of whole wheat flour and 375 grams of bread flour. All right. It's a very useful piece of equipment. A couple of bucks at Amazon. It makes life easy. Gets all the parts at the edges. You're in no rush here. Just get it combined. Another good baking tip is never wear black. White, it's going to be a disaster if you wear black. Just keep working this in. Okay, then we're going to transfer over to the hands. Okay, it's always best if your hands are a little wet. Dough tends not to stick so much. Okay, and just start working that in. All right, good. Don't need to do too much kneading right now. All right, so this is basically all we want. Everything's combined. Okay, let me grab a towel. Right, so now what we want to do, get some cling film again. Let's wrap it up. We need to leave it for 30 minutes. Cling film stops the top of it drying. Just wrap it around there a little bit. Okay, again, let's just put this in the oven with the light on. This one's been in there for about 30 minutes. Now what we want to do is just mix it up again. So just grab it. You can really smell that yeast. Just start folding it in, picking a bit up, folding it, picking a bit up, folding it. Turn the bowl as you go. What we're doing here is we're trying to strengthen the gluten structure. Creates more acid. Makes it a better bread. Okay, pull, fold, pull, fold. Okay, right, let's do that a few times. Now what we want to do, cover it up. Put it back in the oven with the light on, and I'll see you back here in 30 minutes. See ya. Okay, it's been about 35 minutes. Let's see what this looks like. As you can see, it's grown a bit. You grab a chopstick, you can see these big bubbles forming. Looks great. Right, what we want to do now, we want to do some stretching things again. There we go. Turn the bowl. Pull and stretch. Pull and stretch. There we go. Good. Start to feel really nice. Okay, we want to do the same thing again. We want to cover this up, put it back in the oven with the light on for another 30 minutes. Okay, I'll see you back then. Okay, it's been another 30 minutes. Let's have a look. It's growing up again. Good. What we want to do now is we want to flour the surface. Okay, tip this thing out. Let me get my scraper. Okay, let's pour this thing out. Good. Okay. Let's make it into a nice ball. Okay, a little flour. Let's just do a little bit more stretching. can see the dough structure is really coming on nicely. Yeah, feels really nice. Okay. Let's do some stretching. Wet your hands if it sticks to the board. I don't want to put too much flour on. I'm going to make it too heavy. Just a little bit. Stretch, fold, stretch, fold. And kneading. There's 1,000 different ways to knead bread. Some people like to slap it and fold. Good. Right, what we want to do now, grab a bowl with a tea towel, put it in. This is the last part we're going to prove. Let's put it over here so you can see. Okay, a little flour there. Okay. Grab it, put it in. Good. I want to put some flour around the side so when it grows it doesn't stick to the cloth. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to let this prove again, last time, for 1 hour. In the meantime, let's put the oven on 485 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 250 degrees C. And what we want to do is we want to put our Dutch oven inside to preheat. We want this super, super hot when we put the bread in. Okay, so I'll see you in an hour and I'll put this in the oven. Okay, we're back. All right, it's been in there about 45 minutes, an hour. Let's have a look. Yeah, it looks nice. Swollen up nicely, the yeast is working well. Right, now what we need to do is to put it into parchment paper and then in the Dutch oven. Right, let me get the Dutch oven. Okay, this is super hot. Right, parchment paper. Crumple it up. Okay, I want to transfer the dough onto here. Let's have a look. Okay, with the hand. Come on, there we go. There we go. Minimal sticking, beautiful. Okay, make that in there. Looks good. Into the Dutch oven. Good. Watch your fingers. This is really hot. Right, in the oven, 485 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. Then we'll take the lid off, drop it down to 450. Right, see you in a little bit. Okay, we are back. It's been in there about 42 minutes in all. Turned it down to 450 after 20. Let's get it out. Looks good. Good. Get rid of that. Okay, looks good. Sounds good. Right, we need to leave it for 20 minutes. There's gases in there we want to keep in there. The crust will get a little soft and then get hard again. So let's cut it up in about 20 minutes and taste it. See you in a minute. Okay, it's been cooling for about 25 minutes. Looks great. How's it sound? Sounds good. Right, let's try it. Looks good. Right. Smells good. Let's try with some butter. It's got a great crunch to it on the outside, nice and chewy on the inside. There's one major problem. It doesn't have any jam on it. Now it's perfect. Okay, there's bread version 2. It's pretty easy. Main thing about baking bread, just got to be patient. Anyway, we'll move on to something else next week. And please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.